guys, welcome back to Embers and Ash. My name's Ashley, if you didn't know, and today I'm talking about COVID-19, which is not something I thought I would bring up on my channel. But with all the commotion that's been going on around it, I found that I might have a bit of insight to help you guys, so here we are. Where I live in the Lower Mainland in British Columbia, Canada, the grocery stores have been crazy. We've slowly been getting more and more cases of COVID-19 locally, and people are freaking out. People are getting very concerned that they're gonna run out of supplies, either cleaning supplies or food, that they have been stockpiling in their houses, which I understand, but I don't necessarily think it's the right move, just because if there's alternatives to stockpiling, I think that's a better option, because then we can leave those supplies to people who actually need them, like in the moment. So I found that there's just a couple lifestyle changes that I have previously made for sustainable reasons that are really helping me out throughout this whole coronavirus situation, and I wanted to share them with you guys to help you be prepared. So the first one, I will start with the biggest issue I've noticed, which is toilet paper. Oh my gosh, people are going crazy over toilet paper. I think most of it is just because there's a shortage. People are buying more, not because they actually think they really need it, but because everyone's saying that there's not enough. I know a couple weeks ago, before this kind of really ramped up locally, people were buying toilet paper just because they saw everyone else doing it, not for any other reason. But that can leave people who actually run out and who actually need some high and dry, or should I say, seeded and wet. So I'm not freaking out about toilet paper at all because I have a bidet, and I recently got it. I showed it to you guys a couple videos ago. It's by the company TUSHY, and it's so awesome because if for some reason we actually do run out of toilet paper, I am in the clear. I don't really need any. So if you are financially able to get a bidet, I would strongly suggest getting one now. The second tip is to use homemade cleaning supplies. This is the other item I've noticed is going very quickly. I tried to buy some laundry detergent the other day and they were sold out, which is super annoying. So if you can find some alternatives by making your own cleaning products at home with supplies that you should already have in your pantry, it's a great option. I'm actually coming out with a video coming up in the next couple weeks where I show you how to clean your whole home with homemade cleaning supplies. And this leads us into the third tip, which is if you don't want to use homemade cleaning supplies, or you don't have the supplies to make homemade cleaning supplies, I would suggest buying cleaning products that come in concentrate. This way, you're buying one item and it lasts you way longer because you're diluting it every time you make a new bottle. One option that I have here in my home is the President's Choice Green All-Purpose Cleaner. This is a fragrance-free, dye-free, like it says, all-purpose cleaner, where you just dilute this down in a separate bottle and it will last you a long time. The next tip is regarding food supply. I know people have also been going crazy over their non-perishable foods, which I get. I tried to get some pasta the other day, sold out. But if you live in a climate like I am here on the West Coast, we are leading into springtime, which means gardening season. So you know that I will be planting my own little garden, trying to just supplement some food supplies like tomatoes and chives and peppers, just anything to kind of help prevent me from making as many trips to the grocery store, and also just preventing the supermarkets from being overwhelmed. It's not a lot of food, I understand, but it still is something that helps. Even if you live in a small space, we just have a little patio where we put potted plants. It's enough to make a small impact. And the fifth tip is another food tip, and that is to replant your vegetable trimmings. So this is something I had started a couple weeks ago, where I took the ends of my green onions and I put them in water in a glass by my sink, and they have grown like tenfold already, and they're ready to be planted in soil. And I think that this is a great option because, again, you can be reducing the amount that you're going to the supermarket and leaving some food for people who really do need it, and you're just literally making food out of scraps, which is kind of cool. The sixth tip is about hand sanitizer, which is another hot commodity these days. I haven't been able to find any at any stores that I've been to. They sold out pretty quickly. And my tip for this is that you can actually make your own. Online there's a lot of recipes on how to make it. You mix aloe vera with rubbing alcohol, which those two products should still be available in your area. At least they're not as popular as just getting hand sanitizer. I see this as more of like a last resort. If you can't get to a sink to wash your hands, use hand sanitizer. So it's a great option if you can just make your own. The 7th tip is for all the women out there, and that is to buy a Diva Cup. Again, great time to buy a Diva Cup because you don't have to go to the store and buy tampons or pads. It's a one-time purchase that lasts you, I think it's like 5 years or something. Don't quote me on that. But again, just for me at least, I'm trying to avoid the supermarket as much as possible because A, it's crazy, and B, populated areas is where disease spreads. I've also been seeing a lot of people stocking up on paper towel, which I guess I understand, but also not really, just because I'm not really a big paper towel user. But honestly, just buy some cloths and use those instead. They're machine washable. You don't have to stockpile it. It just kind of seems like a no-brainer to me. And the last tip I have is to buy these Tupperware containers that make your produce last longer. This was a gift from my mom. Thank you, Mom. It is an awesome product. It has a label on the front that shows you which fruit and vegetables you can and can't use and what humidity setting to set this at depending on what fruit or vegetable you put in here. It also has these little like divots in here to catch any of the moisture that does build up in here. I don't really know the whole science behind it, but it really does make your vegetables and fruit last a lot longer, again reducing your trips to the grocery store. So yeah, those are the tips that I have for you guys. I hope they're useful, you get something out of it, because it is a bit of a stressful time where you're not sure if, I'm not worried that like we're gonna run out of food or run out of products. I'm just worried that when I actually need something and I go to the store, everyone has stockpiled so much that it's not going to be available. So I hope you guys stay safe out there and wash your hands and don't touch your face, as they say. If you've made it this far into the video, you might also like my video where I talk about sustainable life changes for your health in general, not just about COVID-19. So maybe go check that one out. Thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!